So I'm Ganesh, founder and CEO of Connect the Dots Technology. 2013 onwards, almost 10 years. There are many. We used start with the simple process like HR, finance. Later we used the complex project also. For the core of production, we also use the stuff. In recent days, we solved the major problem which is relevant to more complex data. The data is really huge, right? For the example, for the insurance domain and the banking domain, healthcare sector, we solve the problem on that. More on the core, their business area, we solve the problem. Well, see, prior to implementation, when we deal with, as we are a partner, system integrator, they have a huge application base, right? So there is no connection between the upstream and downstream system, right? It is scattered, federated across these applications. Automation Anywhere is really connecting, right? And automation really connecting all these in applications, and you're able to see the from end-to-end flow very seamlessly, a proper workflow and proper seamlessly is happening, and that's really helping us. Of course, we support 15 plus industry verticals, almost 182 clients across the globe. We are getting a different use cases. One, we are working with one of the client for the criminal verification. That process needs to be automated, and it's a very complex one because we have to touch and get the information from various systems to authenticate the stuff, and that's an area which we are working. And one on the healthcare sector where the HIPAA complaint is there. So we have to ensure that we are not touching the customer data. We are using automation co-pilot to solve some other problem. See, Gen AI, if you use as an individual thing, you cannot get out of it, right? We really want to have the powerful tool, right? The powerful tool, I'm talking about an Automation Anywhere, because AI in the industry for almost 20 years now, 2 decades, right? So they have the learning system, and they like whatever you have, like IKBot, now it's a document automation, and the COE manager and all these kind of things. So we are using this powerful tool and getting the best out of from the generative AI. So we solved a very complex problem for some of our clients, like sentimental analysis. Usually this project will take a year, 1 year. Now using Automation Anywhere and Gen AI, we are able to give the solution in just 2 days and 3 days time, right? And we are also able to extract the data very faster, do the clinical data, that also we did it, and audio enabled for one of our client. So all the process, the client want everything is a packaged. They want immediate, okay? Day or yesterday, it's like that. So it was not the case earlier, but recent days with the AA and Gen AI, we are able to give the solution on the fly to them within just 4 hours or 8 hours of time. See, I've been Automation Anywhere partner from 2018, right? From Connect the Dots Technology, we became a partner. What I see it in an automation, and every time when I come to the Imagine, it's like something is really surprising, and they are always the customer centric, and always what is there in the demand in the market, especially. So on that contest, what I see about the document automation, which is solving even the handwritten problem. Okay, this was a pain area, and no product in the planet is having to solve this problem, and we use recently this problem, document automation, and we given a solution, 99% accuracy. Okay, so that's on document automation. And for the co-pilot, when you want to do a large client, one of our large client, we are using 30,000 users on that. To solve this kind of problem, it is like a 2 to 3 years project. But by using co-pilot, Automation Anywhere co-pilot, we are able to solve in just 2 weeks time. It is unbelievable to us as a system integrator, even to the client also. So this is a powerful tool what they have it, and the adoption of the Gen AI on LLM and having the hyperscaler with Google and Amazon and all, this gives a lot of edge to us to solve the complex problem whenever the client is throwing to us. So this is a great. Today we are all learned a lot of about how we can leverage more on automation anywhere in LLM side. I think that's really great. I'm looking forward that the new product which they are going to launch in very shortly in next year. So that's going to be a game changer. I think automation anywhere improvement side. I don't see anything on the technology side because they are the first cloud native, right? From V11 to 2019, everybody was talking. There's only product which is a cloud native. The one area which I see that we need to have more on the test route, the testing area, right? That is an area where I feel that we should have some product in place, and that will really going to help it. And the process discovery, it's one of the powerful tool, and that needs to be should be widely used and should be available for the general availability and also for a community edition, right? And that is going to help us to do a lot of testing and move on, right? And the process discovery, even the COE manager and the data analytics part which is there, and that also should be, it is only for the enterprise world, but I would say it has to go to all the partners and even the SME client also, small medium business client also, they have to use it, and that's the way it's going to make a big difference on it. See, it's mostly GUI model, okay? It's a graphic user interface model. It's just a drag and drop, all this kind of thing. That's there in A360, right? Even the non-technical person can just use it. Now I call SME, a subject matter expert, right? They can also use an automation anywhere. The interesting part, the recent days, which is coming about the citizen developer, right? And when you talk about the co-pilot stuff, and you don't need any brainy. It is just you should have a subject matter expert in that in particular area. If you are in a logistic or a healthcare, you know the process and the tool is there, it can work miracle. So it's a user friendly, and that I see it, and this is help us to being a partner to enable more customer on the digital transformation. Maybe a week, just 5 days, it's enough. As long as the concerned person is having a aptitude to learn, right, and then definitely it is possible. Of course, as I mentioned that we solved using Copilot, enabling the digital guide for 30,000 users for one of our banking client. I think that's really helps us. We also use a COE manager for one of our large client, and it gives easy for take the ROI, return of investment, and also how the bot performance and all this kind of thing. It's more relevant to onto their business, how it is impacting. So even the CFOs or the CROs, they can see the value. Earlier it is only the CIOs of the world know that. Even the CFOs and CROs know that, means then it's easier to accommodate. And now CFOs and CROs is recommending automation to their organization to to attract more on the ROA part as well as the scalability part. Integration for Copilot, it is a need of the hour. There is no question whether you want to integrate to in my day-to-day operation or that. Because if you are talking about the digital workforce, right, and you are talking about the competitive advantage and the scalability, you have to implement the Copilot. It is a mandatory. It's not optional. I think in many cases, we were solving one more use case, which is having 20,000 users. They initially spent for addressing the customer query, their end customer query. It takes for them to 20 to 30 minutes, right? After we implement the Copilot for them, for the 20,000 users, and their time, it is just in a fraction of seconds, right? And it is always a pain if you don't have access to the multiple system in a background. You want to check to get one information, and when you are putting customer on call in a call center, or you are not responding to email, unnecessary escalation, everything happens here. But after implementing the Copilot, I see the human who's working on this kind of stuff, they really feel happy. They are not stressed out, and they are focusing on the meaningful work. So this helps to the user. Employee experience is really good. Customer experience also, it is also improving, and overall the company is also getting benefit out of it. Well, if you see the way the Automation Anywhere, the product catalog, like you have something called API, right? It can integrate with any system in the world, right? It can be a SAP, an Oracle, or Workday, or name it, any complex core banking application in the integrate. That's a masterpiece. And in case you have, if you are an on-prem, right, where you have a regulated, then you can go for a co-pilot option, right? And that is help you to connect your internal system without compromising on any other aspect of data or privacy where is more regulated on that. So on the using of these various products based on the business demand and business need, I think that's making a big difference, right? The usage of this product, it is appropriate based on the client need and the business nature. Well, pros concept when you compare with Automation Anywhere with another product, right? What I see in Automation Anywhere is mostly on the customer centric, which is the one thing which I also see it, and it is also partner friendly. As a system integrator like us, we are almost having 100 plus resource across the globe to supporting almost 182 clients. We are very preferred on the Automation Anywhere because the support what we get it from AA partner team, as well as the sales, pre-sales team, as well as the customer support manager team, right? This is helps when we get stuck somewhere, when you are calling that, we are immediately getting a response on that. So we promote more on the Automation Anywhere. That's a point number one. When come to about the product, what's new, right? You always have every 6 months they are coming with a new product, and which is really required in the market, right? And that is also improving that. It is challenging us, and also when we go and meet the client and say that, hey, I have something new on this, can you test it? When you compare to the old version to now, it is multi-phenomenally, its performance is improving. So their ROI also year on year, something they want to show that, and the product is also really helping that. This is the one, and it's easy. The product wise, it is not like too many things which is there. They have a very specific product like a Microsoft Automation Anywhere Copilot. Then they have like a COE manager and also the document automation. And this is only needed. You don't need a huge product in catalog that. So understanding the product is easy. Utilizing this product also is easy. And so as a system integrator, we are absolutely fine in using that, and integration with any LLMs, that is also is absolutely easy. It's just a click of button. We can integrate with any of the tool which is available like ChatGPT or Google Bard or Amazon of the world or Azure of the world. I can give an example. So we automated one of largest organization in India. There are 65,000 employees. We are automated their statutory complaints process. We did this automation in 2020. They never called us, right? That means what? Whatever we developed, and it is working fine, and it's absolutely fine. So no maintenance. But only one thing, when the government did change the portal, that time they asked it, and we just did it in 3 hours time. And so that's the level of the product stability is there, right? Once you develop, it's move on automatically. You don't need to do any change unless you need some enhancement or some changes happening in the existing portal or existing need. Otherwise, it's ongoing. Well, to be frank, when we are upgrading from V11 to A360, right, we face some hiccups in the initial days. Then after that, we never faced any problem on that. And especially we did the largest, migration, almost 5,000 plus bot we migrated from V11 to A360. We were initially estimated 6 months time, but we are able to do with within 2 months time on the migration part. And now I see that most of the client, I would say 90% are using A360, right? So that's really helped us to be even to move in a faster pace. even when you are doing the migration, initially there was a push from the client side on resistance. Why should I want to migrate? I'm happy with whatever I'm doing. But when you show how this is cloud native is going to help them, and how this performance is going to be 10x or 15x kind of thing, then when we did the POC for them and when you show that this is the benefit you are going to get it, and they are really happy about it, then we migrated there. So I would say it's a 2 years old story, right? And to now, but that is good. But in other angle, if you want to migrate from other tools, right, like other OEMs, you want to migrate from that to Automation Anywhere, that's also seamlessly it is possible. So we did for 2 of our clients, there was a need, they want to migrate from one of the OEMs to Automation Anywhere. We were able to do it in within just 2 weeks time, and it's a large one. It was almost 1,500 bots. They were managing that, and we were able to migrate in 2 weeks time. Tech support, as I say, no, we didn't have the opportunity to use them because whatever we developed to our various client, that was tech support was not required. But only thing, recent days when we are trying to use a new product like a Copilot and the COE manager, process discovery, that time definitely where we are taking a help from the tech support. They do have a good concept of orange and gold support for the enterprise client. They can, we can make a use of that, so we can get a support in just 2 hours time. The response also is really good, and most importantly, the tech support, it is many things which we can get it from the Automation Anywhere community. There itself we get a lot of help on that. On specific on the product, yes, we get a good support from them. As a heavily consumer of Automation Anywhere and I highly recommended Automation Anywhere to many of our clients. The product catalog which they have, it very simplified one, and technology upgrade every then and there is a need is there. I would say I would rate 9.